20% of the population. Our voice needs to be heard, and our representation, we are a movement, but this representation, we need now people to represent our voices in the tables where these people are making decisions that affect us, because at the end of the day, the decisions that they make, they will affect the common mwananchi. They're making decisions for the common mwananchi, but if they don't have the interests of the common mwananchi, bado tutachezwa. And Ruto is a strategist. Hii game ya IBC tayari anaicheza, ni vile tu tuweni. We're good, we're planning here Nanenane, that is good. But what I'd want even going forward is we need to strategize, we need to be beating Ruto at his own game. Haezi kakuwa na to clap all the time. Right now, if we could get people to the IBC selection panel, I feel like our voices will start having, they'll be looking at that panel and then they see those three youths wako, they feel the presence of the Gen Z. But wakiwa kwa hizo room peke yao, si tuna rely, maybe at times they'll have closed door meetings. You don't know Ruto is sending who with who na bahasha gani, Mr. Bahasha na bahasha zake kubwa. All this is influence, and this influence is going to the topmost thing, the IBC. This is our bet, guys, because just imagine the rage that you're feeling right now. And we're in 2024. 2027, imagine wakituibia kura. Haitakuwa kitu poa.
All right.
So the selection panel, guys, if we can push to have people, the petition will be there tomorrow in Parliament.
All right.
And if it can work, it will be really good. That's all I had to say.
Thank you very much. Edgar, please ensure that speakers are not going beyond time so that everyone can speak. What was his aim at? Mimi ni small wig, what? No, everyone should speak whatever they want to say, as long as it is building towards whatever objective you want to achieve. 2 minutes maximum, and then you give someone else the mic. And if someone spoke last week, don't give them the mic.
Okay, thank you so much, Asante Achien. So I'll move to Nick. Nick, Naja. Okay. Let me move to AK. How are you? You have the mic.
I'm good. Thank you very much for letting me jump up and speak. And I've been listening in for a while, and I just wanted to come up and just offer my a bit of advice in terms of what I'm hearing, and everybody, with concerns about the movement and getting the people together. And one of the things that caught my eye about this space was the amount of people here. And I think that's important. I think everybody can do their part to come together in spaces like this and learn from each other about the cause, about, August 8th. And I think that's one way of doing it, and that's the way people can organize and come together in the streets there in Kenya. And that's the way that you can spread that message to each other. In different countries, you look at places like, the United States, how they can organize protests and get movements together. Different places like that. It's just a lot of that comes from people connecting online first. And I think it's effective when you have the momentum of the people coming from spaces like this, where, you have that connected togetherness, the shared beliefs and the shared perspectives, but also learning people with different perspectives that both believe in the cause. So I think that's important. I just wanted to come up and say, I posted a post here in the blue pill that I used with a little bit of references from some of the comments. I used Grok AI to make it, to just kind of give a quick description for people who don't necessarily know basically what everybody's talking about. And then I did also go and make a picture with AI just to demonstrate some more visual ways of getting people's attention. And I think that's, to me, what I try to do with different causes that I go around using X. It's a great platform, and it's only growing in its ability to connect the people against exactly what this cause is representing, which is rising up against corruption in the best interest of the people. You guys have support all the way around the world, and so I wanted to come up and just offer that to you and say, keep doing what you're doing. and we wish you the best.
Okay, thank you so much for your submission, and thank you so much for keeping it short. So I'm going to give John Osebe a chance. John, how are you? John? Sasa, okay, why should you request for the mic? Hello. When you're given the mic, you come up here and you do not speak. John, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. I can hear you.
Okay,
Edgar,
I'll move
Edgar, can you hear
to
me?
Keoti Sonko.
Edgar, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, Edgar.
Against an illegal government. Finally, and very final, this is a just cause. I normally say when the cause is just, conquer we must. Let's go forth and conquer, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Nanenane, tunakutana.
Nanenane. Thank you very much, Joshua. Thank you for your submission about civic education, a very important ingredient in any form of revolution of the mind, revolution of the politics of that country. Civic education, political education, that's what we have been missing here on this app. Of course, there are people who have been teaching us and sharing with us, but I know that is something that is going on even right now offline and in other apps like WhatsApp and TikTok. Thank you very much. Bivon, the student. I'm giving you 1 minute.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bivon. I want to make my submissions. Actually, I'm not talking about maybe some of you are talking about maybe civil education, some of you are talking about food security, but mine is just mobilization. As a high schooler, I want to tell you that Nanenane will be there. We've seen things on social media. Some people saying that the government is worried. Some of us will join. Not some of us, actually. We will be there because the government has messed up our lives. Not only the lives of the comrades. Let not the song be that the comrades are the ones who will be in the demonstrations. We will be there as high schoolers. As a person, I've taken that responsibility to mobilize my fellow students, my fellow age mates, my fellow schoolmates. I've taken a responsibility, and I'm sorry to say this. Sorry to the teachers who are listening to this. Sorry to the parents, but we have to face this thing. We cannot continue fearing. If we fear, we will not achieve. And if we quit this, we will not achieve what we want. Because one philosopher once said, quitters never win and winners never quit. So we cannot quit. We are almost there. Let's not celebrate of these small things we've achieved. We've achieved maybe we've achieved going to parliament. That is a small thing, very small indeed. So we should not be celebrating that at least Gen Z has achieved. No, we've not achieved. Our agenda is that Zakayo must step down. That is it. And some of us in this space might be asking ourselves, why are these students demonstrating? They don't have maybe mere reasons. We have the reasons. Some of us are here on social media. Majority of the students are here. We follow Cyprian. We follow Cornelius Rono. We follow these people, the educators. We know what is happening in the country. It is not that we don't know what is happening in the country. We know. We follow you bloggers. You tell us this and this is supposed to happen. This and this was supposed to happen and it never happened. It is supposed to be like this. That is why we will be in the streets full force, young as we are, to fight for our nation. Because if we don't fight, who will fight for us? The comrades will fight, yes. They achieve their own. Maybe we have to be there. We tell the president, Mr. President, because of the fall of the Finance Bill 2024, you said scholarships will get 16.9 billion cut off. The schools, the secondary schools capitation will get 18 billion cut off. The TVET capitation 4.5 billion, where we are heading to. The HELB 10 billion. What is that? We know what is happening. In school, we are given pocket money. But that pocket money doesn't help us, because when we were maybe in class 8 or form 1, it used at least to satisfy us. But now, bread is at 70 at school. Bread is at 70. You are given 2,000. How long is that pocket money going to last? We are facing the music more than the comrades, because the parents are suffering. We used to call our parents back home. Hello, mom, you know what? It's a weekend and sina pesa. The parent sends you 200, 500, 1,000. But now you call a parent. The parent tells you, unajua the loans I have zimechukua pesa yote. Hizi vitu nanunua hapa kwa nyumba, you understand. Wewe unajua mahali maisha imefika. Even the teachers in school tell us, wanatuambia huko maisha nje imekuwa ngumu. So we have the pain. We have felt the pain. So I want to tell you guys that Nanenane, don't be shocked if you see us having our own t-shirt, because as I've come up with my own groups, my Telegram groups. I have Telegram groups for only students that we discuss on how we are going to come out, so that we can tell this Zakayo, you know what? We are also touched. This must happen. We will be having our printed t-shirts telling Zakayo as a student, we are tired of hearing that the president, William Ruto, who is William Ruto? In fact, he's not even supposed to be called the president right away. He's just a mere person. It's only time and him which are separating the seat, time and him. So what we should do is not fear. And I want to say this without fear of contradiction, that I, as a person, nitakuwa mbele. I'll be in the front line, fearing nothing. If I die, anyway, death is there. The Bible says, hili siku ya kufa ni bora kuliko siku ya kuzaliwa. So why should I celebrate a birthday, a mere birthday, yenye nimeshindwa kununua keki? I will die for this country, and the country will be liberated. Country itakuwa sawa. People will be living their lives. This dictatorship must end. We cannot be dictated now. We can't be dictated with educated fools. Yani, I wonder. It's like now, this government is playing with our minds. Now, let's take an example of Manchester United as a team. Manchester United, maybe as an example, has failed. Maybe it's down 2-0 goals, 2-0 goals. Now the coach comes in, says, you know what, Onana, do you know why this team has not performed well? It's because Onana is supposed to play in the midfield, and maybe Anthony is supposed to go back to the goalpost. That is what Ruto is doing. Migrating CSS to this place, removing this CS, taking to the center, taking to the center back, migrating from the center back, taking to the forward. They will do nothing. That is playing with our minds, mind games that we are in fact out of. We can't be dictated with this, just a mere person trying to play with our minds. Atasa nimevunja cabinet. I will maybe tell this, I will say this. No. I want to tell you, because of time, we will be there.
Yes.
Let's not fear. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Edgar, you can go on. I can see Julie. I can see Simon. Go on, Edgar.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Amerix. I hope I'm being heard. I actually dropped as a co-host. I've been having connectivity issues, and the space has been reported severally. So I also understand. So I'm going to continue giving people a chance, even though I'm not a co-host, but I'm going to give the people that have the mic a chance to talk at least for 2 minutes, because this citizen assembly is about you guys. It's not about Amerix, it's not about Cyprian Nyakundi, or it's not about Edgar. We must have these conversations, no matter how uncomfortable it feels to have the conversations, because at the end of the day we do not have any Kenya. We have this one Kenya, and we must protect it at all costs. So Julie, hi, how are you? You have the mic.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Continue. Kindly continue.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amerix, for facilitating the.
Julie, are you speaking?
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. If you're not speaking, I'm going to give ask Ochi. I can see your hand is
Hello.
up, sir. What do you have to say?
Hello, Edgar. Can you hear me?
Perfectly. Proceed. 2 minutes.
Thank you. But Julie was speaking. I think you can't hear her from your side, but she was speaking. So let her finish, then I'll come in.
Okay. Thank you. Really kindly finish. I couldn't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Okay, I will continue. Thank you, Amerix. Thank you to every Kenyan saying enough is enough. I have to say that a lot is riding on this movement, and I think there is so many people out there who are looking up to us Kenyans, what we are doing right now, demanding for what is rightfully ours. We are not asking for too much. We are not asking for anything extra other than that what we deserve, which is a better Kenya, with the leaders who know what they are doing, because currently is like the current leadership is blind or something, or tone deaf, because they are not listening. They are not answering our questions. They are not giving us way forward, which is really sad. I feel like our current leadership, they had perfect opportunity to rise up to the occasion, to give us direction, but the whole thing has been turned into us versus them, and this can only continue for so long. So I would say Nanenane, and also I had these questions. Maybe people here on the space can help me, with ideas on how can we call for accountability, to given what, you know,
I hope Julie is done speaking. Can you confirm that, Cyprian?
All right, pick someone else, please. Let's continue.
Okay.
I think she's done.
Okay, thank you. Ask Ochi, you have the mic.
All right, Edgar. Thank you so much, brethren. Thank you so much, the Gen Zs who are here. Thank you so much, the host Eric, for giving us this platform to air out our views. Now, for me, I have a reason as to why I will be going on the streets on Thursday next week. First of all, I am a business person, someone who is just starting, and I'm so frustrated with the government from their high taxation. Previously, we were paying the business that we were used to pay 5,000, right now unalipa zaidi ya 9,000 bob. Hii 9,000 bob ukishalipa, watu wa Kanja wanakuja wanakuambia no, wewe uko na machines mbili, huwezi lipa hii 9k. Review your license application, update. Wakikufanyisha hivyo inakuja 14,000. Ukiwaambia that you don't have that money, wanakuambia no. Sasa kwa kusaidiana utupe 500 ama 1,000. They will again come after 2 days. If you don't have that money, unawatumia hiyo 1,000 ama 200 unawapea. So inakuwa ni kama unafanyia kazi hao watu. So unaamua unalipa hiyo 14,000. So since that money inakufinya kidogo, since we ni mtu unaanza biashara, una decide acha nitafute ka fridge, at least niuze juice isupport your rent. Ukitafuta fridge ulete, wanakuja wanasema sasa wewe sasa ushakuwa na biashara mbili. You have a mini cyber and you have a fridge. So this fridge is also taxed. So again, you go and review. Una update tena hiyo license yako. So unapata unalipa pesa mingi sana kwa government to a point you go at a loss in the name of paying taxes. So that is the major reason personally as to why I'm supporting Nanenane and Ruto must go. It is so devastating. And also guys, niko na majamaa wangu ambao they are worried because you know guys, most small wigs they have a reason to worry because wakienda streets na wabambwe, jamaa kuwaongelelea si rahisi na inaeleweka since they are small wigs, na wanaogopa sana, especially those boys, those anonymous boys in outbacks. So I was requesting Edgar, Eric, Nyakundi, we discuss a strategy of how we are going to demonstrate so as to reach this goal of stick together or be scattered and perish. What strategy are we going to use to stick together? Ndo maboys wetu wasibambwe. Because people are in this. People understand what is going on. The only thing they don't have is a directive and a strategy to use to demonstrate or protest. The other day I was Otis Sonko at TUM and we were talking to a few comrades. People are so frustrated, especially comrades. For example, Eric, mimi niko TUM, tumesoma TUM na Otis Sonko. Hiyo shule bro, mimi nikiingia TUM, Otis Sonko ameingia hiyo TUM mess ikiwa haiko, but mimi niliingia mapema. Nikiingia TUM kulikuwa na mess. Pale mess mimi nilikuwa na survive na at most 70 bob a day because in the morning nilikuwa na kunywa chai na mkate at 15 bob. Saa 7 nilikuwa na choma rice, hiyo ilikuwa 20 bob plus veggies. Jioni mimi nilikuwa nakula sima na mboga, hiyo ni 22 bob. It was very affordable. Though still that mess of ours was most expensive compared to other universities. Hiyo mess ilikuja ikatolewa. I don't know what happened. There are very many stories. Rather, that mess has been taken over by a private investor whose prices are not affordable to many comrades. From the statistics, most comrades walishindwa kustahimili hiyo survival and therefore they dropped out. As you can imagine, Edgar, I had a roommate, siwezi mtaja, that guy tulikuwa tuna survive naye. that guy angetumiwa hata 300 a week ama hata 2 so you see hiyo 3 ama 200 alikuwa anaibajetia ana survive nayo pale mess. Saizi food yenye alikuwa ananunua 20 bob, saizi hiyo food ni 70 bob ama 100 bob. Sasa so unaona hiyo 3 haiwezi msustain saizi. So you see such students had to drop out. And these are the many problems zenye zinaanzia huku chini, na ukiona kitu inafanyika huku chini imetoka na huko juu. So guys, we have very many reasons to go to the streets. Mtu mwenye anasema etio tunaenda ku waste time kule streets, haja feel test ya hii ama hajakuwa hit na hii government. So guys, I'm supporting Nanenane and I'm giving you morale. Tutoke next week Thursday to the streets. Let us air out our views, and mimi usema kila siku we must be heard because we matter. Asanteni sana. Eric, tafadhali muzungumzie hiyo strategy tutatumia ndo at least maboys wengi watokeze. Thank you so much.
Okay, asante. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to bring in Captain Gaira. How are you? How are you, Captain? Okay, if he's not there, I'm going to let Deborah Akello speak. Good evening, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're fine. You have the mic, 2 minutes, kindly.
Thank you. So, yes, I've been listening and thank you for giving me the mic. And the topic today is stick together or be scattered and perish. So, what are the other ways of this movement sticking together? I've heard people talk about civic education, and I want to give a shout out to Morara Kebaso. He's been giving very good videos in terms of civic education, and those videos are going viral. Why are we going on the street on the 8th? So other ways that we can also do civic education is, what is it that somebody can do in the comfort of their own home to show that they are dissatisfied with this government? I was of the opinion that if we say from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock every day, we should be making noise, banging sufurias. If you're in the house, just go outside with your sufurias, just bang them and tell this government we are hungry, we don't have food. For 1 hour, there is noise all over the country. Then we stop. And then those who are driving, if you're driving on the street from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, you are just hooting your horn continuously. You just hoot your horn continuously in the comfort of your own car. We just make noise all over. Is it Kisumu, Nairobi? We know from 12 to 1 ni kupiga honi. Tunapiga tu honi, kelele. You know, that one somebody can do in the comfort of their car while they're driving. And then again at night, from 8 p.m., if we said from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., tunapiga tu kelele. Kama una drive, kama uko kwa nyumba, just get sufuria na mwiko. Piga tu. Yani, noise, all over noise, to show this government we are dissatisfied. So these are some of the ways that people can participate in this protest, if not just going on the street. What can somebody do in the middle, in the comfort of their home? All you do, toka tu kwa dirisha, ama utoke nje kwa mtaa, kwa raunda, mnapiga tu kelele. So that is what I think we need to do. We need to tell people in our neighborhood, why are you dissatisfied with this government? And if you're dissatisfied, what can you do? Kama uko kwa market, mpige tu kelele. Just make noise. For 1 hour, you stop. Then again, jioni, mnapiga kelele for 1 hour, you stop. This can be done continuously every day, even without demonstrating kungoja Nanenane. We can start these things and continuous tuendelee. Ndio wajue, yes, tumenyamaza, but we are not satisfied. I think that can really send shockwaves to this government. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that and for your contribution. So I'm going to bring in Wakili. Her name is Acheng Ocheng. She has wanted to speak about the issue on IBC. I think she's preparing something together with Mukenya Daima, if I'm not wrong. So, Madam Wakili, kindly, if you could keep it to 2 minutes, kindly.
Hi, Edgar. Thank you. I'm Dana Chengucheng Wakili, and I'm just here to speak on IBC. And the point I want to touch on, or my points on today on IBC, will be about the selection panel that is currently underway. Just to bring you guys up to speed, some of you might not know, but there's a court order by Kalonzo Musyoka and the Wiper Party to stall the process of having the selection panel. Like he's stalling the process of selecting the panelists, the IBC panelists. And the reason why he's doing this, it's because him as himself, as Wiper, he wants to switch one of the Azimio reps to be one of Wiper reps. And true, he's part of the Azimio coalition. So I want us to come in as the youth. Right now, I've been seeing, even my mom called me, and we are being called Generation Zote. We're not just Gen Z, we're Generation Zote. And what I want us to touch on, the youth, we've really made, our voice has been heard. We went to the streets, we demonstrated, and we're still going to go out on Nanenane. But I'll criticize, but najua tuta tunakuanga wakali, but mi nitasema vile nitasema, wale watanichukia ni sawa. The youth, we comprise of our population is about 70%. Yeah, I'm talking about people under the age of 35 years. What I just want to put across to all of us, if we made noise and we went to the street and we demonstrated, and the people who benefited from this is Raila and his team. Yeah, they got all the CS positions, and us, it's like we were just left there hanging. They're not listening to us. It's now they've united. It's the government of Kenya versus the people, not the government of Kenya. It's the government versus Kenyans. Yeah. So my point is, if we have a very strong voice, but we need to sit at the table, or we need to have people at the table where critical decision making is being made, because there's no way that we can trust. We are saying, okay, there's selection, there's LSK, there's the parties, there's ISPAC and everything. There's no way we are still going to allow these same people that we have no trust on to have our best interests at heart. What am I saying? All I'm just trying to say right now, there's a petition that's being tabled in Parliament. Hopefully tomorrow we are working on it. And that petition, all that petition is just saying is that we want that the youth, at least youth and person of disabilities, PWD, one male, one female, or one PWD, to be part of the selection panel. And I feel like this is important, because if we have somebody who is there in the table where these tumbocrats are going to make decisions that are going to influence our lives, because I've been in this space and we are tired, there's hopelessness, but we're still fighting. And especially that the numbers of 247, nilisikia number nikasikia kama nitachizi. Nikikumbuka media says the media was reporting 60. And I'm like, why was the media reporting 60? I don't know, 50 for the longest time, ikafika 61, ikastall hapo. And yet, the number right now is at 247. And me, the way I know, if the number is at 247, that number has been trimmed down. If the number has been trimmed down, it means there are more people and they're still trying to cover up. And Ruto is a strategist. Tulikuwa tumemaliza, and he went and purposefully picked Raila because he knew Raila has a say. There are people who Raila will say jump and they'll ask how high. If he didn't go for Raila, I don't see how Ruto would have survived till today. But Raila came on his side, and now they've bought each other some grace period, and now they're together. But now all I'm saying is, guys, if we are good at pushing tags, we are good at going, making our voices being heard. But I don't see how our voices will end up being heard, because our one voice is one kura. One kura is one vote. That's one vote too many. If we can have people, our people who we can front 3 names that you can front based on that petition, so that at least as that selection panel is going on, it's just not fully influenced by people who already have a say. You know, LSK, I have so much faith in LSK and as Faith Odembo as the president, but I cannot say I have faith in all the rest. Yeah? And by that, how many people? I've just minus one. LSK, is it 1 or 2 positions? That leaves 7. So those 7 are going to influence the commissioners that are going to be the ones that will handle the whole elections. So me, my plea is this. This is just the plea that I have, and even that's the petition that's being tabled has the same plea. If we could get our own people to be part of that selection panel, yeah, because we're 70% of the population. Our voice needs to be heard, and our representation. We are a movement, but this representation, we need now people to represent our voices in the tables where these people are making decisions that affect us. Because at the end of the day, the decisions that they make, they will affect the common mwananchi. They're making decisions for the common mwananchi, but if they don't have the interests of the common mwananchi, bado tutachezwa. And Ruto is a strategist. Ruto is a strategist. Hii game ya IBC tayari anaicheza, ni vile tu tuoni. We're good, we're planning here Nanenane, that is good. But what I'd want is even going forward is we need to strategize. We need to be beating Ruto at his own game. Haezi kakuwa na to clap all the time. Right now, if we could get people to the IBC selection panel, I feel like our voices will start having, they'll be looking at that panel and then they see those 3 youths wako, they feel the presence of the Gen Z. But wakiwa kwa hizo room peke yao, si tuna rely, maybe at times they'll have closed door meetings. You don't know Ruto is sending who with who na bahasha gani, Mr. Bahasha na bahasha zake kubwa. All this is influence, and this influence is going to the topmost thing, the IBC. This is our bet, guys, because just imagine the rage that you're feeling right now. And we're in 2024. 2027, imagine wakituibia kura. Haitakuwa kitu poa.
All right.
So the selection panel, guys, if we can push to have people, the petition will be there tomorrow in Parliament.
All right.
And if it can work, it will be really good. That's all I had to say.
Thank you very much. Edgar, please ensure that speakers are not going beyond time so that everyone can speak. What was his at yours? Mimi ni small wig, what? No, everyone should speak whatever they want to say, as long as it is building towards whatever objective you want to achieve. 2 minutes maximum, and then you give someone else the mic. And if someone spoke last week, don't give them the mic.
Okay, thank you so much, Asante Achieng. So I'll move to Nick. Nick, niaje? Okay. Let me move to AK. How are you? You have the mic.
I'm good. Thank you very much for letting me jump up and speak. And I've been listening in for a while, and I just wanted to come up and just offer my a bit of advice in terms of what I'm hearing and everybody, with concerns about the movement and getting the people together. And one of the things that caught my eye about this space was the amount of people here. And I think that's important. I think everybody can do their part to come together in spaces like this and learn from each other about the cause, about August 8th, and I think that's one way of doing it, and that's the way people can organize and come together in the streets there in Kenya, and that's the way that you can spread that message to each other. In different countries, you look at places like the United States, how they can organize protests and get movements together. Different places like that. It's just a lot of that comes from people connecting online first. And I think it's effective when you have the momentum of the people coming from spaces like this where, you have that connected togetherness, the shared beliefs and the shared perspectives, but also learning people with different perspectives that both believe in the cause. So I think that's important. I just wanted to come up and say, I posted a post here in the blue pill that I used with a little bit of references from some of the comments. I used Grok AI to make it, to just kind of give a quick description for people who don't necessarily know basically what everybody's talking about. And then I did also go and make a picture with AI just to demonstrate some more visual ways of getting people's attention. And I think that's, to me, what I try to do with different causes that I go around using X. It's a great platform, and it's only growing in its ability to connect the people against exactly what this cause is representing, which is rising up against corruption in the best interest of the people. You guys have support all the way around the world, and so I wanted to come up and just offer that to you and say, keep doing what you're doing, and we wish you the best.
Okay, thank you so much for your submission, and thank you so much for keeping it short. So I'm going to give John Osebe a chance. John, how are you? John? Sasa, okay, why should you request for the mic? Hello. When you're given the mic, you come up here and you do not speak. John, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. I can hear you.
Okay,
Edgar,
I'll move to Keoti Sonko.
Edgar, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, Edgar.
Brewing, and that is on their claims, I'll refer to them as such, that there is a plan to impeach the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua. I don't know how much of that, how much progress has been made. The Deputy President says he has heard rumors, but he has not seen a real motion being tabled. What problem would it cure, Mheshimiwa Hassan?
Yeah, but before I respond, I wanted to quickly speak on the issue of Parliament and public participation. And I can tell you for sure that having served in 4 Parliament, this is my 4th Parliament, is that this particular Parliament, which has got a majority of Kenya Kwanza MPs, pushes these bills almost like if they were like daily papers, rather than bills that need to be debated, discussed. And they have cut down on discussion time on the floor of the Parliament. They don't allow, there's a curtailment of debate, any debate. If there is a bill that the President wants passed, it is shoved down the throat of members of Parliament, including the ones from Kenya Kwanza. There is absolutely no open discussion or participation. And the House leadership makes sure that those bills are passed as quickly as possible. For example, on the issue of the finance bill, the public outrage in terms of public participation, in every public participation, the public rejected the finance bill. They raised serious issues. In fact, there were so many comments to curtail it, to change and to amend. It became impossible to amend it, and in the end, it was passed without any discussion about the public's view. They completely ignored the public participation aspect on all this, on the bill. The other thing is that for someone like me who represents a trading neighborhood, in every meeting that these people came to, they said these taxes were killing them. These taxes have killed people, traders in Kikomba. They have killed traders in Isli because it's just too much, and many young people who borrowed money have been put out of work because of this taxations.
Right.
So this parliament is very, very different from other parliaments in the sense that there's a majority ruling party which has been very arrogant and inconsiderate of the views of the ordinary people. And this has been manifested, even manifested in the protests that have taken place.
So the problem is not just public participation, but also parliamentary participation.
Yes, because public participation comments and petitions are ignored.
Okay.
Just as now with the cabinet, there's a very strong view, public views on the cabinet.